A solar eclipse happens when a new moon moves between the Earth and the Sun, blocking some or all of the Sun's rays from reaching the Earth. By cosmic chance, even though the Sun is 400 times wider than the Moon, it's also 400 times farther away. Therefore, the two objects appear the same size in our sky. Astronomers are able to predict eclipses because the Earth and Moon have very predictable orbits.
Have you ever seen a solar eclipse that looked like the devil horns? On March 29, 2025, a rare celestial event will take place where the sun will appear to have two glowing red horns. But why does this happen? Is it bad omen or is there scientific explanation behind it? In this video, we will explore the fascinating science behind the Eerie devil horns solar eclipse or what make it so unique.
On March 14th, 2025, the night of March 13th, the moon enters the Earth's shadow, creating a total lunar eclipse, the first since November of 2022. This animation shows the changing appearance of the moon as it travels into and out of the Earth's shadow, along with times at various stages.
Before we dive into the devil horns effect, let's first understand what the partial solar eclipse is. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon comes between Earth and the Sun, blocking sunlight.
When the Moon does eclipse the Sun, it casts two types of shadows on Earth: a smaller, darker shadow known as the umbra, and a larger shadow known as the penumbra. There are four types of solar eclipses. The first and most spectacular is a total eclipse, when the moon
However, in a partial solar eclipse, the moons only cover a portion of the sun's, allowing some light to cover around the edges.
surface. A total eclipse can only be seen if you're standing within the umbral shadow. That's why the imaginary line created by this shadow as it races across Earth is known as the path of totality. People within the penumbral shadow see only a partial eclipse, the second type. From this view, outside the path of totality, the moon passes in front of the sun off-center, never fully covering its surface. Third, an annular eclipse occurs when the moon passes directly in front of the sun. However, unlike a total
But in some rare cases, due to the moon position and the earth curvature, a strange optimal effect occurs, making it seem as though the sun has sharp, glowing horns, and that's what we will witness on March 29.
The moon's orbit is elliptical, so sometimes it's closer to Earth and sometimes it's farther away. Last, a hybrid eclipse is when the moon's position between the Earth and Sun is so finely balanced that the curvature of the Earth plays a role. The moon will be farther away from some parts of Earth along the eclipse's path, resulting in an annular eclipse. In other parts,
The devil horns effect occurs when the sun is near the horizon during a partial eclipse. As the moon covers most of the sun's, only tips of the crescent remain visible, forming what look like two sharp glowing horns.
Have you ever seen the rare devil horns phenomenon? It's a mind-blowing optical illusion that happens only during a solar eclipse. As the sun rises over a flat horizon, like a desert or ocean, it appears as two glowing red horns instead of a full disk. This eerie effect happens because the Earth's atmosphere bends the sunlight, splitting it into 2 points just before sunrise or after sunset. Catching a glimpse of devil horns is like witnessing nature's own supernatural spectacle.
This airy visual is further enhanced by atmospheric condition. When light from the sun passes through the Earth's atmosphere at a low angle, it scatters, turning red or orange. That is why sunrise or sunset appear reddish.
annular eclipse. In other parts, the moon will be just close enough to fully cover the sun, resulting in a total eclipse. While a total solar eclipse happens somewhere on Earth every year or two, any given point on Earth experiences the event only about once every 400 years.
When this combined with the partial solar eclipse, this creates a real and dramatic effect, hence the name Devil Horns Eclipse.
Even during an eclipse, can cause permanent eye damage. Fortunately, there are ways to enjoy an eclipse safely. The easiest is to use certified eclipse watching glasses, which are shaded thousands of times darker than typical sunglasses. You can also look at the eclipse indirectly by making a pinhole viewer. Simply poke a small hole in a piece of cardboard. Hold the cardboard up to the sun, allowing the sun's image to be projected onto a flat surface. Be sure to look only at the surface and not through the cardboard.
Let's break down the science. As sunlight passes through the Earth's atmosphere near the horizon, shorter wavelength scatter away, leaving behind red and orange hue. This fact is called Rayleigh scattering. Additionally, light bends or refracts when it moves through the atmosphere, slightly altering the apparent shape of the sun.
Completely covers the sun, low-lying valleys on the moon's edge will be the only spots that sunlight continues to pass through. These remaining brilliant shafts of light, known as Bailey's beads, will disappear one after another. And finally, a single bead of light remains, known as the diamond ring, signaling that you're just seconds away from experiencing totality.
During a partial eclipse, the combination of a light reflection and the moon shadow create an illusion of two fairy horns in the sky. Now the big questions, where and when can you see this rare event?
Once the last bead disappears and the moon completely covers the sun's surface, the view through your eclipse glasses will be pitch black. Totality achieved. At this point, none of the sun's rays are reaching your eyes, and it's the only time that it's safe to take off your glasses. Remember to put your eclipse glasses back on before any of the sun's rays start to peek through again. Any sunlight reaching your eyes, even for a few seconds, can cause serious damage. While an eclipse can last a few hours, totality typically occurs for less than 3 minutes.
The partial solar eclipse on 29 March 2025 will be visible on North America, Europe, and some region of Asia. However, the devil horn effect will only be seen in areas where the eclipse happens near sunrise or sunset.
Have also been known to alter their behavior during a total eclipse. Songbirds may stop singing, crickets may start chirping, and flowers may even start to close up. We won't always be able to see total solar eclipses. The moon moves about 1.5 inches away from Earth each year. It's estimated that in about 1 billion years, the moon will be too far away from Earth to completely cover the sun.
If you are lucky enough to be in these locations, prepare to witness one of the most dramatic celestial illustrations of the decade. Throughout history, solar eclipses have been seen as omen of disasters, war, or divine messages. Many ancient civilizations believed eclipses were warning from the god.
A total solar eclipse is among the most magnificent displays in all of nature. On April 8th of this year, a solar eclipse is passing over North America. Although we won't see a total eclipse here in Charlotte, we will see a partial eclipse. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, blocking a portion of the sun, or in the case of a total solar eclipse, blocking the sun entirely. When the moon moves in front of the sun, the moon's shadow is cast upon the Earth.
However, we know that eclipses are simply natural astronomical events caused by the moon orbit around the Earth. There is no supernatural apocalyptic significance to the devil horn eclipse. It is just a fascinating play of light and shadows.
The way we get solar eclipses here on Earth is actually quite remarkable. For a solar eclipse to occur, the sun and the moon need to appear the same size on Earth. As you probably know, the sun is much larger than the moon, about 400 times. Well, it just so happens that the moon is 400 times closer to the Earth than the sun is. This cosmic coincidence means that to us on Earth, the moon and the sun appear the same size in the sky.
Never look directly at the sun, even during an eclipse. The intense light can cause permanent eye damage.
We can demonstrate this phenomenon with my fist and the sun. Although my fist is much smaller than the sun, because it's closer when I hold it up, I can block the sun. Viewing a total solar eclipse is an amazing experience and should be on everyone's bucket list. If you can't make it to the totality, make sure you check out the partial eclipse, which is also a really rewarding experience. Because Charlotte will only experience a partial eclipse, it is never safe to look at the sun without the use of certified solar glasses.
To safely view the eclipse, use specialized eclipse glasses with proper solar filters. You can also use a pinhole projector or watch a live stream from space agencies if you are unable to see it in a person. Remember safety first when observing celestial event. So witness the real devil horns solar eclipse on March 29. It is a rare cosmic phenomenon that you would not want to miss. If you found this video is informative, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more amazing space related content. Also comment below where will be you watching the eclipse from.